Hello there viewers, we had an absolutely banging stream yesterday where we went and had an unbeaten January, but more importantly, started putting in the foundations for a bigger and better future for Derby County. We're probably going to survive the drop, which is amazing, and let's have a bit of a recap of what happened if you didn't make it. Oh, there'll still be gameplay as well, this isn't just a recap episode, there'll be a game against Wolves, so you get to see my new favourite player. Oh, he's so good! N-A-L-D-O. N-A-L-D-O. What does that spell? That's right, viewers, it spells Naldo. Here he is. Oh my god, Chalabing. I mean, that is a great reference, but just look at him. Honestly, just sit here. I had some deeply sensual things to say about him on the stream yesterday when I saw him. And, the more I look at him, the better he is. And he's played an average 7.32 already so far for us in the 5 games that he's played. He's just been incredible. But how did you afford him, we ask? Well, it was a busy window. Sorry to those that did tune in for the stream. Obviously, you will be aware of everything that went on. But for those that aren't, we'll have a quick run through of it because a lot has happened and a lot of good stuff happened as well. Things to note then. Drew Yearwood left for £6 million. That was a good start. Rafael Lopez lost for £4.4 million. Rafael who? Exactly. But the big one that left, or has not yet left, but is going to leave, is Nicolas Gonzalez, who we sold for £15 million to Boca Juniors. Reason why I sold him was so I could get in Naldo, and I think it's safe to say I got the better end of the deal. And Naldo wasn't the only player I brought in. I also managed to bring in for myself James Garner, who we already knew about, and he's played very, very well in all the games I've played him in so far. This amazing left back called Roberto Esposito, who looks very good. I have to say, I'm very, very happy with him. We've got him on loan to the end of the season, but we've also bought him as well, I believe, for... How much have I bought him for? I can't remember now. What is it? For £7.5 million, which I think is an absolute steal. This chap, Greg Dixon, at right wing, who's also scored a couple of perlers already, he's definitely one to watch out for. On loan from Celtic, he scored a couple of absolute beauties in the stream. Go back and watch it if you haven't. He's just honestly been immense since I brought him in. And of course, I couldn't go without signing Anthony Martial, who's come in and proved very worth it. Got 1 goal so far, so cutting edge, it's safe to say. And with the addition of all those players, as you can tell, in January, an unbeaten month during the stream, which made it one of the best ones, until the very end where we saw Ronaldo's debut and we lost 6-0. But we don't worry about that because that was against Spurs away from home. We then followed that up with a defeat to United 2-0 at home. But then beat West Brom 4-1, very good. Lost to Huddersfield in the FA Cup 5th round, which I wasn't too worried about. Beat Everton 2-1 at home. Lost to Liverpool 4-2 away at Anfield, which I don't think is a particularly bad result. And that brings us on to today's game against Wolves, who are currently in 11th, just above us in the table. But we are above many other teams in the table. We are on 34 points, 6 points away from the golden 40-point mark, which usually indicates safety in the Premier League. And the best thing is that we are still 11 points clear of West Brom, and we have a game in hand. Time is running out for all the other teams to overtake us. I do genuinely believe that we are going to finish the season safely in the Premier League, and I've already started getting the building blocks together for next season and the following seasons by signing players like Naldo. I'm already building towards a future going forward. I'm talking a lot with my hands right now. I feel like Trump. But in many ways, I'm definitely not him. Definitely not, I can promise you that. This city derby is going to be huge, okay? It's going to be huge, okay? I don't know if that's a good impression of him or not, because I don't follow him enough, because I don't pay attention to politics. And by that, I mean any kind of politics, not just him. I don't have a lot of faith in politicians, if I'm honest, and I'd like to think probably rightly so, because they never say what they're going to do. It's a bit like me being manager for manager. I always say I'm going to win the Premier League, and I never do it. So I'm like the political leader of Football Manager, or a political leader of Football Manager. This has got very deep all of a sudden. Anyway, moving on to today's game then. Originally, I was going to be playing the two, but I thought, you know what, we need to have a roundup of what happened in the January transfer window, because not everyone's going to watch the stream, although I highly recommend that you do. So let's just get into it and have one game against Wolves today. Hopefully we'll get a win. We've also got a lot of injuries, which we'll talk about right now as well. So to start, Garner's injured, which isn't ideal. Nick Mills is recovering from an injury. Fratese's injured. Milo is injured. Greg Dixon is injured. I've got a lot of problems, and I'm barely able to field a bench right now, let alone my best team. But fortunately, I can get somewhere near what would be our regular first team. I don't like this dark arrow between Wilmot and Fondon. Dondon. That's not brilliant, is it? Anyway, team for today then. Benitez in goal. Esposito's at left back. Wilmot and Dondon in the middle. Mills is at right back. Then you've got Barros and Mariba in the midfield. Conroy's out on the left, and he's been probably my best player. Actually, since I've actually come into the club, he's been absolutely brilliant. As Sam Conroy. 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 games. He's probably our top scorer, I think, for this season, and he's been absolutely insane. He's made 100 appearances for Derby as well. It also looks like Conroy and Naldo are kind of like changing fashion tips, because they've got exactly the same moustache. It's incredible. Naldo is, of course, in the middle of the park. Oh, he's so good. Matondo's out on the right because, like I said, Greg Dixon is injured, otherwise he would be there. And Cambridge Hostler, fresh off a goal in his last game, is out on the pitch, but he's been playing at 6.56 recently, so striking problems continue. Which I find baffling considering I think West Brom 4-1, but Sam Conroy got a hat-trick, so that's probably why. I know we've already played Wolves on camera once, but I just want to play them again. They've got a few good players, which you know about. Yotta's a good player, Brooks is a good player, Tonali's there. Then they've got James Adams, who looks... Can I say on James Adams, please? He wasn't playing last time we played them. It's going to be a difficult day for Mills, but I have faith. And Capacity said we owe Wolves after what happened in our last match. I was joking that most of the time, whenever I play with Derby, I always have to do the revenge plot, because we've been beaten by pretty much every single team. So I always have a revenge ploy to go to. So we have nothing but highlights when I'm doing the stream, but the minute I want to do an episode which is highlight based, I've got nothing. Until now, where they have they've scored, but it's gone to the referee. Oliver Skip's goal's been disallowed. Yeah, have some of that, Skips. I don't even like Skips because I don't really like cheese. Is it Skips that have cheese? I think it might be. Yeah, Skip's definitely on the line there. Touches the ball in. You didn't say the magic word. That's a great reference as well. That's from Jurassic Park. When the games aren't great, my pop culture game is still very strong. Whoa! Sorry, guys. It's a joke about holding onto your hats, because that was exciting. That genuinely might be the best part of the video so far. There are probably people out there going, what's happened? Is he in a hurricane? What's going on? How's he had one in his house? I'm going to say at I'm happy with performance so far. Keep it up. We've easily been the better team. We've just not created anything or done anything. So I don't really know how that can make you the better team. But we've had chances, we've had shots, but we haven't scored anything yet. As Wolves have another corner, which is always concerning because that usually results in a goal. And they whipped it in, and it's no exception as Alexandra Penetra heads in from a corner. If we weren't warned after that disallowed goal goes in, don't worry, we've not learnt our lesson. Brooks whips the ball in, Penetra at the back. Walter Benitez not covering himself in glory there. It's safe to say he probably should have saved that. And when all else fails, you can always guarantee that I'll let you have a set-piece goal. This could be 2 set-piece goals, actually. It's David Brooks whips in another ball. Adams tees it to Tavares. Great block by Esposito, and he's cleared it out, but defensively at set pieces we're all over the shop. I mean, the 2 central defenders. If I somehow manage to stay up with Dondon and Ben Wilmot, it will be a miracle, like a genuine miracle of nature, if I manage to stay up with these 2 at centre-back. I think I've done a brilliant job here, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I've come in, steadied the ship, made sure that we've given ourselves a chance of staying up, which is at the start, which is all we could have asked for. At the moment, I was pushing for a top half finish, but I think Wolves are going to kind of destroy that for me here. Conroy's been really poor. He's coming off. I'm going to bring on Anthony Martial. Let's get him on the inside forward and get him on attack. I might take Nick Mills off. He's not had a good day, so I'm going to bring on Jaden Bogle. And let's just see if we can grab a goal. We've been very good at salvaging draws recently, so maybe we can do something along those lines again, which would be nice. It's Conroy here on the left. Tease it in. Richie Hostler. It's a great pass back from my striker, in all fairness. Ball retention is key. It's just a shame he's not retaining the ball for my team. He's just constantly giving it away. And we've not seen Nala on the ball once yet, which is probably the most concerning thing. He's not really influenced the game at all. And I think that's mainly because no one can get him the ball. As Tavares just dances inside, because, you know, why not? Wheeze it to the back. Wheeze it to the back, please. I don't even know. Wheeze it into the back. Kirichosta, though. This is a great run. My commentary is all over the gap. Kirichosta, please score. I mean, it's an effort. We'll go with that. It was an effort on goal. Fornals, I love a ball over the top that just completely parts the defence. Ben Wilmot is literally a donkey. Ben Wilmot is absolutely all over the place. Like he's sliding around. It's not a water park, Ben. It's not a water park. You shouldn't be sliding around that much. I've chosen to not watch the corner as James Adams. We highlighted him before the game. 2-0. My record at Pride Park is pretty good. Today, not good enough. Does not even turn up. I made a mistake by not watching it. Actually, I didn't make a mistake. I sort of chose that. It's another set-piece goal. Would you ever believe it? They've actually done nothing from open play, which doesn't sound like FM at all. So, it's good. If we score a goal now, it's going to be too little. Forget about me saying what I said about scoring a goal. We're going to lose it. It was Galeno. Plays into Diogo Jota, tees it back. Roberto Lopez makes it 3-0. The centre-backs are so bad. I mean, Jaden Bogle is a whingy little git as well. He's been moaning about not getting any game time. That's why, mate. You've already moved the club, basically, in your head because you've just given the ball away. Jota, I mean, you can't even be asked to get tight to Jota. It's awful from Bogle, awful from Derby. In terms of stats, it looks like a pretty even game. In terms of highlights, not even close. We're miles away from them there. And yeah, that's not really what I was expecting. I'm not happy. Safe to say that I'm not pleased. And we won 2 out of our last 4, but I'm angry. I'm annoyed because we should be playing better there. I mean, that's just a bad day at the office. A really bad day at the office. I think the most important thing to note is that we have essentially managed to stay up. There's no getting around it. We're doing enough to stay up, and it won't be long before we come back because I want to secure that. And the best way to do that is probably with games against Blackburn and Norwich, which I think is where we're going to be able to secure safety because I just can't bear the idea of bringing you Chelsea, Leicester and Man City. I just can't do it. So we are going to come back for probably the Blackburn and Norwich games, which are only a couple of games away. I'm feeling a little tense now because we are the kind of team that could go on a run of not winning another game between now and the end of the season. So we're not mathematically safe, and that scares me. We could still potentially balls this up. As long as the teams below us don't go off and win loads in a row, we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Shouldn't be the operative word. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Sorry about the result in the game. Wasn't ideal, was it? If you have enjoyed the video though, please do drop a like on it, share and subscribe. Make sure you come back for what could well be the season finale. We might wrap it up if we are safe by the end of it. Who knows? So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and until I see you for another episode of the TYC. Take care of yourselves and stay cool and pray for Derby's safety. Please, I need it.